Hi, welcome to Trailside Chat with Mindy and Jack. Today we're going to talk about choosing our challenges that we want to overcome. Jackie, what process do you go through when you're choosing challenges that you're going to take on, and how do you get to your end result?
Yes. So I struggle with just overdoing for overdoing's sake. And I find the best thing for me is to figure out what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to accomplish, because we are so limited on time, and we want to make sure that what you're doing, you're not just going through the motions, but you're actually doing things with purpose. So I
Absolutely.
try to figure out, okay, if it's, this 50K that I'm trying to run, or if I'm trying to climb a 512D or something like that, I will really focus on what's going to get me there, because otherwise I'll kind of set these goals during the week. Like, I'll create so much extra work for myself. Like, okay, if I didn't do abs like all 7 days, and then I have to do these other little workouts, and so I just kind of like it snowballs into like I'm doing 2-hour workouts, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Right,
you know what I mean? And then I have to figure out, okay, what am I trying to do? Okay, I'm trying to run a 50K, and then scaling it back and setting these strategic goals for myself, instead of just like making something up and then like immediately like failing at it. And then I'm like, oh no, I failed at this because I didn't do abs 7 times a week. That's not really going to get me to where I want to be.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think that's my main thing, and I think a coach really helped with that. And then just kind of setting up, which is something I worked with you on, is like setting up your week before your week. Set up all the things that you want to do before you start that day, so you can't just create these other tasks for yourself later on that you have to accomplish, because you're just going to set yourself up to fail.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And that's definitely the project manager in me that I'm, we have a weekly meeting every Monday at 6 a.m. and Jackie and I review our tasks that we accomplished in the last week and what our goals are for the coming week. And I know for me, that's just like ingrained in me, and every evening I go to bed, I'm like, okay, this is what I got done today, and this is what tomorrow holds, and it's pretty silly, but you get a lot done.
Yes.
Cool. Well, do you ever find that you get stuck in this cycle of not being able to get out of your own way and get out of your own head, and how do you get out of that? Like, when you get in that cycle of, I didn't do core 7 times this week, or
that is something that I kind of like I'm still working on that. I have to still like catch myself from doing that, and I think it's a lot of it's like, if I get really stressed or I'm not feeling like I'm doing enough in other areas, then I just start to like really focus on like exercise. So I really have realized being very intentional with what I'm doing, and like really being more present in it. So if I'm going to do, activation workout before I run, I'm going to do it the best I can in that moment. And that's all the time I get to do it. And if I didn't do it perfect, then, I have to leave now.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, I really like your sentiment on being present with what you're doing with the time you have. I think I find myself in that same situation where, maybe I have 30 tasks that I have to do. Okay, well, do I choose to do all 30 tasks poorly, or do I choose 5 to do really well in that moment, and then reconfigure the next day so that I can tackle that other pile that still remains or something. I definitely struggle with a lot of the same things that you do, and I was having this same conversation with myself this morning. I try to do 90 minutes of yoga at home every week. In the last couple of weeks, I've not been entirely successful with that. So after our call this morning, I was like, okay, spend 15 minutes on your mat before work, do some breathing exercises, 15 minutes, that's all you have time for, but that is better than nothing. And
Yes.
don't beat yourself up over
Right.
it. It's why I stopped having a yoga membership to begin with, because I was so caught up with, oh my gosh, I have to get to yoga 4 times a week. And then I would be stressed out driving there. And eventually I was like, what the hell am I doing?
You're supposed to be relaxing. Like,
I need to be going to yoga to reduce my stress. And if it's stressing me out to go there, then I need to reevaluate the situation.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think it's really key, like you said, to just stop and evaluate, what is your intention here? What are you trying to achieve? And I think this totally, you could apply this to anything, whether it's a work project, whether it's your meal planning. We get so caught up in perfection.
Yes.
And instead it should be, what is perfection at this moment? And the rest of it, just let it go.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to set that intention in my head tomorrow. That's very good.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you. What if you're going through your day that you had planned and it's just not going
like every day?
The way you had envisioned it?
Oh,
How do you manage it?
Well, I belong to a few wine clubs. Have a very hearty stock of wine. No, I think I like you. I always go back to exercise that helps me decompress. A lot of times, I love running with you, or going for a ride with my girlfriends in Bellingham. That's usually a really great stress reducer for me. But sometimes I need to just be alone with my thoughts. And I find myself at the end of the day when I'm showering after my workout, a lot of times I'm just like going, in the shower, like getting the stress demons out.
Just like letting it go.
And Steve will poke his head in. Is everything okay in here?
I love that so much.
Just gotta get it out. So sometimes I'm, riding by myself and just like grumbling, and better luck the next day.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day.
Yep.
New challenges to tackle, and
new opportunities.
that's right. That's how we like to tackle our challenges, and hope to hear from some of you on how you evaluate each day and what challenges you try to overcome, because we're all different. And if there are any other shower grumblers out there, I definitely want to hear from you. And now it's time for our segment, Question with Mindy. Yes. I have no idea what Jackie's going to ask me, and I'm full of opinions and advice.
Yes.
However, sometimes unwarranted. So, Jackie, fire away.
So, you are with a group of women who you are faster climber on the bike than. What do you do if you want to get a good workout in, but you also want social time with your friends?
In this scenario, I try to either get a quick ride in, like a little hot lap before I meet up with my friends, or like a little run or something.
Yeah.
Or after, because I love riding with my girlfriends.
Yes.
But I have the energy of a little puppy.
Yes.
So I need to get my wiggles out. My brother and I struggle with the same issue.
Yeah.
Particularly when he has different girlfriends that can't keep up with him running or biking or skiing or whatever. He'll call me and say, Mindy, she doesn't have enough McCutcheon in her. It's like, I feel you, bro. There you have it.